Yes, Harry Kane's future is on the front and the back of the Sun this morning. On the front, they say that Kane is poised for a £160 million move after the Spurs chairman Daniel Levy agreed to let him join Manchester City for a record £400,000 a week. Meanwhile, on the back of the Sun this morning, Martin Blackburn reports that City need to get rid of just one star to fund what would be a sensational double swoop for Kane and Jack Grealish. And the man that could make way is Bernardo Silva. Cass, we've talked long over the last few weeks about the future of Harry Kane since he made had that interview with Gary Neville, where he made it quite clear that he has ambitions to match a sort of Cristiano Ronaldo and Lionel Messi, who wants to win trophies. He wants to be in consideration for the Ballon d'Or, for example. When now you hear this story emerging today, what's your initial reaction to it?
Not surprised, Nat. I mean, it's been muted for a number of months, and I don't see anything different from to me it's already been done. I feel like that there's always an obstacle that could come in the way at the very end of the line where it doesn't go over that line, but I just can't see how it won't happen, because he watches other players around the world achieve great things. Lewandowski in Germany winning with Bayern, he's won the Champions League with Bayern, and that's apart from Ronaldo, Lionel Messi, Ballon d'Or winners. They're all things that he would have in his head and thinking. I mean, he's a very driven man, and I don't know him, but you can tell by the way he plays the game, the way he returns from injury, is the way he conducts himself on the football pitch. He's got a lot to offer. And I think he knows at 27, nearly 28, which he is in July, this month, that time is running out for him to have 3 or 4 years of challenging for the highest awards, not only winning trophies in a team, but also individually. He can do that. He's capable. And I think there will be a frustration with him. Like, why wouldn't there be? If you was a fantastic tennis player or golfer and you was not reaching the very heights of your sport, he can reach the top draw, the top things that you can win.
I mean, they were contesting the League Cup final, didn't they, this season? They didn't win it, unfortunately. But, I mean, that wouldn't have been enough to keep him anyway, would it, if they'd won that?
No, I don't believe, because it's Premier League and Champions League are the two main goals, and then there's the individual awards. And I think Harry's a team player. I think the way he plays the game is definitely, everyone that he inspires and lifts people around him. And he is an important team cog. His game is matched on bringing the best out of other people. And I honestly think he will be... Look, he's going to achieve the ultimate goals. He will win leagues. But he's not going to do it with the squad that Tottenham had. And he knows that. You only have to watch Spurs this year. I know they went top of the league, but they're so way short of being challenging for the league.
It's quite similar in some respects to the conversation around Gerrard, and we all thought that he might be making a move. As Liverpool fans, we were thinking, well, if he goes, what have we got to look forward to? And I think he must have seen something that actually... I want to stay here because I think we're moving in a direction where we can win something. And obviously won the Champions League, but he got to a position where really should have won the league, but
close to it.
Didn't manage it. But he thought, I can compete. I just wonder whether Harry Kane's thought, I don't trust what's above me here, and I don't trust that we're building to a place by the time I retire that we could be there competing. And I think if he could see that, he might well have stayed.
He would have definitely had a conversation with Daniel Levy when he signs a contract. People just think, they sign it and that's done and you're going to be here for 6 years. There'll be conversations in that contract talks. If this doesn't happen, where does that leave me? Yeah. And I can't imagine that Harry Kane wouldn't have had some demands. He's a player that should have demands of the achievements of the football club he's at.
Well, I think what Ben mentions as well about that trust and not trusting the project of Tottenham, I mean, that is a huge factor that clearly has come into the thinking behind this decision from Harry Kane.
I look at many clubs and I think they're brilliantly run, from your Brentford, Natalie, to Brighton. I think Leicester have achieved that, and so many clubs are using the models that to get the very best squads via recruitment. They spend a lot of work on Leeds, another one. Leeds have done incredibly well with the recruitment that Bielsa demands, and I think Tottenham have got left behind. They don't feel like a club that their recruitment is... I mean, I take Davinson Sanchez, who's come in. I looked at him, saw him at Ajax a lot. I thought he was not bad, but I think he was a £40 million centre-half. Now, it's easy in hindsight, looking back. But they've had a number of players come in, and a lot of their players, the performances have started quite high and started to drop. and they haven't looked like the players they were when they first joined the club. So it's not like they're on an incline of improved performances. It always feels like it goes the other way with Spurs.
In terms of being a Liverpool fan then, Ben, does this worry you when you're seeing Manchester City strengthen with Kane and possibly Grealish as well? Do you fear that Liverpool could fall further behind?
Yes, obviously it worries you, but equally, the year we actually won it, people were writing Liverpool off before the season started, saying Manchester City are going to, cakewalk.
Well, there was only
this.
there was a couple of points behind, wasn't it? The year they come second,
from
City, who both achieved a really high.
But people were saying that that was
that
City's
was
dip.
Yeah.
They won by 2 points, but was that their dip? And are they going to kick on? So you just can never tell, can you? You're going into it, and I'm with Kaz. I'm happy no one's talking about Liverpool and building them up.
How are Liverpool going under the radar? This is Liverpool. They don't tend to do that.
I know, but look, great players have not won Premier League. So obviously Steven Gerrard, one of the greatest midfielders in the game that's ever played. But he won the Champions League. Yeah. So, Tottenham had the chance to win the Champions League. They made the final and lost it. I think they're the things that might have persuaded Kane. But now I just think it's inevitable.
So Manchester City strengthen with Kane. They may be bringing Grealish as well. Does this force Chelsea's hand then? You said that you expect them to go big.
Absolutely.
Does this mean a Haaland or even a Lewandowski comes along?
Well, a conversation I had with Doug Ellis and Ken Bates over the years as chairman, because like listening to Simon Jordan, you get a different perspective from what chairmen say. And one thing that Ken said to me, Ken Bates, was football clubs don't make profit, Really, it's not good to make profit, because if you make profit, you pay tax. So that tax money can be used to buy another player. That's what they do. Now, Chelsea have won and earned a lot of money over the last year or so with Champions League and selling of Hazard. They've made quite a lot of money. I cannot believe they're not going to go and break the bank to get someone like Haaland. They are going to do a really big transfer, in my opinion. It's been so quiet. It's been the storm's coming, because Roman has always done it. He's always backed the club. I'd be absolutely gobsmacked if they go in with the squad they've got today, even though they're European champions. Expect a really big deal from Chelsea, because I can't see them not doing it.
With Olivier Giroud leaving, you think that is the perfect area that they're going to strengthen.
Tammy's been rumoured, muted to go as well. They're making space, because clubs now have to do that. They have to have because of financial fair play, and some people say that doesn't actually work, but clubs are trying to abide by the rules. They have to move people out, but for them to do that, they are going to do a mind-boggling transfer. And I think it will be Haaland. Whether everyone says, no, that's next year when his contract ends, Chelsea are going to offer big money for somebody, and I suspect it would be him.
Just lastly, Cass, just to get your take on Spurs then and the impact this will have on them going forward. I know we sort of mentioned the domino effect, and will it affect the squad and morale and players, etc., etc., but you jokingly asked Simon Clare about the relegation.
No,
I know, but jokingly. But without Kane, where can they finish?
Well, the good thing for me about this is they've really got to think about the football club as a model, and I think you've got to look at your recruitment and how you go about building a team. Liverpool had the same problem once they lost Gerrard. They had to rebuild a football club, so they're going to have to try and do things that create a side with transfers. Well, how about getting a load of people in that actually work more than keep not doing as well as they should do? Tottenham have got to have a better model, because I don't believe it's right behind the scenes, because they've had too many players not playing to the standard required. Where teams like Liverpool have signed players, they overachieve for you. Tottenham need a lot of players to be brought in to be successful and overachieve. They haven't done that enough.
Well, they do have a new technical director, don't they, at Tottenham, Fabio
Good
Paratici.
Start. Well, it's right.
Well, it's a fresh start, isn't it?
It's a good
for him.
start.
So, really interesting. Astronomical fees that we're talking about in football, Ben. It's ridiculous, isn't it? It would be a Premier League record, 160 million.
What was the rugby record fee?
Well, they don't tend to do fees. They let contracts run out of the players.
Oh,
you're
that's how
terrible.
How it's
I know. So,
but
no one's ever bought 400,000 a week would be a top player's yearly salary.
Oh gosh, yeah, it's a whole different ball game, isn't it?